Welcome to As Above,
So Below.
I'm Kisha Lee, the Psychic Yogi.
And I'm Cidnee Rich, and this is Cosmic Chat and Chill. Alright, y'all, let's see what our topic is of the day.
Oh!
It fell out. There it is.
It walked right on out. Gotta cook it up, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause we eat.
Okay. Our destiny / our north nodes.
Oh,
Okay. Alright, so what is the north node? Let's chat about
Please
it.
explain.
Okay, so your north node, everyone has one. North node in your chart, it's gonna look like a little upside down horseshoe. Okay, that's gonna be your north node. And it has to do with like where you're going. That's my easiest way. Where are you going in life? Not just like overall, because your north node is going to get into different moments in your life where this is happening and then this is happening. So to me, it's like your compass. Mm-hmm. So your north node's like your north star. And it is what you're doing here, your life's purpose, so to speak. And so with the north node, of course, you have a south node, and that has a lot to do with where you've been, right? That's where you've been, north node's where you're going. So even in your life, you have south node moments where this was who I was, this is what I learned, and I'm releasing that, and I'm moving forward in this space. And also, like, you had a past life, like a literal past life that's not your incarnation this time around, that's connected to your south node as well. So
Glad you mentioned that.
So my biggest, easiest way, I think, for all of us is like, it's your North Star. It's where you're going. Okay, that's how I look at it. So my North Node is, I'm in my nodal return right now, okay? Pisces North Node, stand up, okay? It is our time.
Stand up.
It is our glow up. So what's your North Node in?
Mine is Leo.
Ooh,
I'm learning to
spicy.
embrace it.
Oh, thank God. I've been trying to get her, y'all, to be like, rare, please.
But you know what's funny is with the Leo North Node, it's the spotlight aspect that kind of is like, because I do have a Scorpio rising and a Virgo Venus. So it's like, I don't need to be in the spotlight. But the part where it's like Leo's about romance and fun and play with my Libra Sun, Sag Moon is like romance and pleasure and fun. Bring it. So I'm having to like filter it through those avenues through my free will, obviously, because it can be seen like your North Node is like fate or destiny, right?
Right.
But it's a guide. It's just really a light that says here, like, you know, here's a light at the end of the tunnel, right? And I know we said don't go into the light, but that's the death part of it. But once you do actually decide to own your light, when you do decide to step into the light and onto the platform that is that built for your highest good, the foundation for your highest good, then yes, it comes with challenges. However, it gives you a deeper sense of fulfillment, of joy, of pleasure, of experience, like within the humanness of who we are,
Right.
that gives you more dynamic aspects of yourself to present, but also in your relationships as well. So it's very interesting having a Leo North Node and trying to embrace that with other aspects in my chart.
Yeah, I could imagine, because like that Scorpio rising is in direct conflict or square, so to speak, with that energy. So it's like you're supposed to be here, and Scorpio's like, but can we chill out? Can we like not be here? Like, can we have our invisibility cloak on? So I can imagine that's a bit of a conflict. For me, my North Node in Pisces is so interesting because I have my my Virgo Sun. So my South Node's also in Virgo. So there's this.
You're lit right now, actually.
Things are happening. Well,
Pisces, Virgo shifts
yeah.
right now.
So, but a lot of that has to do with my identity, right? And so with Pisces being my North Node and it being a mutable sign, there's a lot of adaptability and change that my life has kind of really seen and will continue to see. which to that point of it not being a destination, like faded, but it's like something that you're aspiring towards.
I like that.
Right? And so it helps you stay motivated, I feel. The North Node makes us feel motivated about like, okay, this is what I can do, this is who I can be, instead of ever feeling like we've just reached the ceiling and we're done. So I think that's a lot because my Pisces energy there and that mutability, it's like change for me is like, okay, cool, things are changing. Like what I used to enjoy, I don't enjoy anymore. And how I used to show up, that doesn't work for me anymore. But at the root of it with the Pisces energy, it has a lot to do with creativity.
True.
And it took me a long time to understand that creativity was part of who I was, because I'm not innately, like, stereotypically creative, right? I can't sing, I can't draw, I used to dance, but I wasn't the best.
So that's putting like creativity in a
box.
box.
I know,
right?
right.
So the mutability is like, okay, how do we move through that and allow ourselves to like really adapt more to something that's different?
Right, which goes to the Virgo South Node of letting go of that expectation of perfection, which has been a little bit of a challenge for me throughout my life.
I see that in your face. I can see this. You're like, it's been a bit of a challenge.
But yeah, your Aquarius South Node, how's that kind of like challenge you?
Okay, so this is what's interesting about having the Aquarius South Node, because Aquarius is like, here's what I'm pouring out to the collective. I don't need to be seen. It's just, this is what I'm offering. But it's also like the teacher.
Right.
And so every career that I've had, the fundamental underlying like vibe has been a teacher. When I was a hairstylist 14 years, started at the bottom, went to the top real quick. Every job I've ever had, I started at ground level and then somehow just pew all like to the top. And I'm just like, okay, well maybe I'm lucky. And it's like, no bitch, maybe it's your North Node or your South Node actually working through you. You know what I'm saying? And so it's funny because that teacher vibe, hairstylist, ground level, getting in as an apprentice, and then next thing you know, I'm teaching like on stage, Leo North Node, at hair shows. I'm traveling, I'm an in-salon educator, you know, all the way from Jersey and New York down to Miami, over to Texas. It's like, ooh, this is fun, that pleasure aspect, right? And then as a spiritual teacher, in in my 30s, right, once that sector was, the hairstylist part was kind of like came to a conclusion, then it was like, oh, well, I started off here just being a student of different spiritual practices, different healing modalities, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, you are now a resident psychic at a metaphysical bookstore. And I was like, that is not something that I thought I would ever say. I say I'm a retired psychic now, which is just tickles people sometimes. However, the women's...
you turn it off.
Right. The women's meditation that I had there and led for almost a decade, anytime I go into the bookstore now, they all say the same thing. Hey, how have you been? We really miss you. There's, we never had anything like that before you came, and we haven't had anything like that since you've left.
Okay,
and
Leo
I'm just
North
like,
Node, stamp it.
And then now here I am in this new chapter, this new phase, and once again, I never taught at a traditional like college level, never taught at this level of academia in my life. Everything's been more like, creative or spiritual, and here we are like fundamental science, anatomy, physiology, kinesiology. I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but somehow naturally it's like when we have to do teacher reviews, everyone's like, oh, Miss Kisha, it's like there's just this energy, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna own this shit because it's
who you are.
Yeah. It's kind of fun.
Exactly.
Well, it's actually a lot of fun. I like it. But the Libra in me is like, having to find that balance of owning it, but obviously not becoming in the shadow side of Leo where it becomes egotistical or it's an abuse of your power or manipulation. So fortunately that Libra comes in to bring in that social intelligence, how to harness this power. And I'm also applying that to the Scorpio rising of like, okay, it's not that I have to be like necessarily in the cut all the
Right.
time. That just lets me know how I like to replenish myself as an introvert. However, at the same time, I'm turning that Scorpio rising into power, magnetism.
Yes, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to provide transformation for people. And if that means I have to step into the light to fulfill that destiny and be able to help transform people, but add a little charm, and of course the Sag Moon, little joke. You know what I'm saying? Then that's the way that I'm going to do that. And so that has really brought me to where I am now as a tantric coach and sex educator randomly.
I love that. I love it because it's like, that's why energy, it's like once we are aware, it's like, oh, we're already doing it. But that awareness allows so much like understanding and like allowance. Which, you know, is connected to like my Pisces, which I've learned is that allowance, right? Pisces energy is connected to the moon, which is of course connected to our intuition, but it's also connected to Neptune energy, which is the hanged man in tarot. And so the whole vibe of the hanged man, right, is to just allow, right? Because he's not by his neck, right? He's by his feet, which is Piscean, and it's like he's actually quite comfortable. So if you look at the imagery of the hanged man, he's not in distress. He's chilling. And so once I realized that I could chill and like everything doesn't have to be so rigid, like Virgoan, like it doesn't have to always be so practical and logical. I could just chill into the flow of my life and find this sense of balance and this sense of being. It's really helped me kind of like use my North Node as that star and not feel disillusioned by the dreams that I want, but to like actually go towards them.
And know that you're worthy of them. You know, and it's part of your path to fulfill.
And it's exciting when you have that understanding of like,
your
wow,
assignment.
I'm doing it. I'm doing.
Yeah.
I understood the assignment.
You understood the assignment, girl.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fun. I enjoy that.
So I hope you guys are understanding y'all's assignment. If you want more information, of course, you can always connect with us in different modalities of the teachings that we offer. So you can explore yourself and let us know what your North Node is. Because I'm interested to see like what are North Node audience looking like,
especially with the 86 babies and this Pisces Virgo nodal shift that impacts our collective. So
110.
This is y'all's time, okay?
It's 88, but it's okay. That's my Virgo. Sorry.
Yes.
All right, I'll see you next time on Cosmic Chat and Chill.